Shout out to my boy Sperry Springer, not Jerry Springer.
Sperry Springer, man, yo, man, Big Soldier, nigga, Young Draco, nigga, SODNG, Hood Fire, nigga.
Wow.
Gang, gang.
Sperry Springer, return to the game. Appreciate you, boy.
Sperry Springer, bitch. Gang shit.
Gang shit, y'all know the fuck going on for my name Sperry.
Motherfucking Sperry Springer, you understand me? Ain't shit bigger than us, nigga.
I was so caught up with being a boss, and being a boss is when you solely only think about yourself and what you do and what people do for you. But when you become a leader, it's not about what people do for you, but what can I do for them.
Man, we out here, man. Always out here, but shit, I'm actually in your shit, man. We with Big D, Mogul Media, right?
Yeah, you know what up, though? Yes, sir.
Bro, this is my first time meeting you, but obviously niggas done watch your shit a lot. You pop up a lot on niggas' timelines. I feel like a lot of niggas, you know, take clips and shit and post your shit because you just have really good like takes in them. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I just know the Mogul Media shit, but I didn't know like exactly who you was. 'Cause I heard so many different things. You hear that, you know what I'm saying? You go back with like the whole Say Cheese shit. Then you hear that niggas played sports and played professionally. Psst, how did you even get into all this stuff, man? To this point with the Mogul Media and the whole platform.
Man, you know what, bro? Like, music always kind of like been my passion. I guess I'm like everybody, man. First, I started off trying to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I got 4 brothers, and so my second oldest brother played in the NFL.
Yeah.
So they like, my brother's like 14, 15, 11, and 8 years older than I am. So they way older than I am.
Yeah.
So when my brother was in the NFL, I was like in 5th grade.
Yeah.
So at that time, you know, I'm still living in Detroit. I'm still in the hood.
Yeah.
And he bought me this leather coat, and at the time, they was killing people over leather coats. And you gotta mind you, bro, I'm 5th grade wearing a XL double. I'm the size of a grown man. So my mom like, you gonna get him smoke over this leather coat. So this $900,000 leather coat, my mom took back and got the money, took me to Toys R Us. She was like, pick whatever you want. Mind you, this is the first time I've ever been in Toys R Us, so this shit was like overwhelming. It was so much shit, I didn't know what to get.
Yeah.
So we just walking down the aisle and I just pointed. It was a karaoke machine. It's probably maybe $100. Mind you, my mom got like another $800. She was like, that's all you want?
That's it.
So I said, that's it. That's just one karaoke machine. So like, my brother that's right before me, I mean, he's still 8 years older than me. He would go to Sam Goody, was just like, I'm old. So Sam Goody was like, you know what I'm saying, the CD store.
Yeah.
So what he would do was, he'd go to the store and get the instrumentals, the singles, and then buy a bunch of blank tapes. And he turned like our basement into like BT the basement. So everybody from all over the hood, I'm from Joy Road, exit 9. So everybody in the hood would come down and be in our basement.
Yeah.
They didn't do like glow in the dark drawings on the walls, the stars on the ceiling, black lights everywhere. They got the microphone hanging from the ceiling. They playing the instrumental and they just rapping into the microphone. So when I start seeing him do that, and they had a rapper group called Bubonic, I'm like, fuck it, man, I'm about to get me and my little homies, we about to start rapping too.
Yeah.
We ain't had no money, so we would record over his tape. So, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I learned that if I record my voice on this tape, then I take a second tape, I can double my voice.
Yeah.
And see, take this back. My brother and them used to hold the mic and rap.
Yeah.
I realized if I hang the mic over the chandelier, I won't hear the hands rubbing on the mic. You just gotta run up to the mic when it's your turn to rap.
Yeah.
So me and my homies, we in there rapping and shit. So my brother had that cipher in the basement, and next thing you know, you hear us, yeah, nigga, just interrupt their song, and you hear me and my homies rapping. My brother used to be pissed. He got girls in the basement, and here goes his little brother recording all that shit. So initially, that's how I got into it, just on the karaoke machine rapping. Then I got into like making beats.
Yeah.
I bought a little drum machine when I went to college. Shout out to my teammate T. Meyer. He had Fruity Loops on his computer in his dorm room.
Yeah.
And I'm up in his room, them niggas sleep. I'm in that boy 3 in the morning, banging out on the computer, making beats and shit. I had picked Bowling Green, which I went to college because I wanted to do audio engineering.
Yeah.
I ended up couldn't major in that because of football practice.
Call me crazy. That's one of them schools where you just know the name, but you don't know exactly where it's at. Where's Bowling Green at?
It's in Ohio, so it's like 20 miles south of Toledo.
Okay, so it wasn't too. Toledo's close to Detroit.
Yeah, so I was about an hour, 15 minutes from Detroit.
Okay.
75. Yeah.
What? I remember they had a bomb ass quarterback. Is that during
Omar
that time?
Jacobs.
Like y'all niggas, they had running quarterbacks and shit before niggas had running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Was that around that time?
Yep. So at first, Urban Meyer was my coach.
Damn, for real.
Yeah, and so then Omar Jacobs was like, shout out to my guy Omar, the same class as me. He was like one of the first top national quarterbacks with dreads. He was getting loose. And ended up getting drafted by Pittsburgh Steelers.
What not to even turn it into the Urban Meyer show, but that's a legendary college coach.
Yeah.
What, you got any sort of story or just any like thing that you just took in that you just never forget about Urban Meyer to like see him to what he is now, like, and it's like, damn, you had the experience of like having him in your life at some point, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you know what, bro? Like, Urban Meyer was probably the closest thing to Jesus I ever met, fam.
For real?
Not saying that Jesus is a white man, I know Jesus is a black man, but his spirit, it was like when he put his eyes on you, man, he look into your soul, and he a psychology major, so he messes with your head.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how cold Meyer was. Shout out to my guy, Sean Sweesham. Sean Sweesham was a kicker for Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I remember, was it Sean or Nate? One of the two. Urban Meyer would play mind games with you. So he'd come out every morning and he'd be like, hey, what's up, Sean?
Yeah.
And as soon as Sean tried to answer, Meyer walk away. He don't even give you a chance to answer. And then he came out another day and asked Sean, he was like, what's up? But Sean delayed because Sean thought he was just gonna walk away from him.
Yeah.
He was like, I said, what's up, Sean? He was like, what's up, coach? He said, you know what they do to racehorses that can't race? He said, they shoot them. He said, you know what we do to kickers that can't kick? And he just walk off. He just played mind games, bro. It's just, I remember, and I'll leave with this story. I remember we in football camp. This is my freshman year.
Yeah.
We're talking about 2 days, 21 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
People packing their bags up, quitting, giving up their scholarships in the middle of the night. It's tough every single day. And Meyer know the temperature in the room, like people tired.
Yeah.
But we thought we was getting in trouble. Like he going off in film. He was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this shit. Everybody in the locker room. I'm like, oh, they about to fuck us up.
Yeah.
So we go in this locker room. Meyer go turn on the radio and had 2 players that could rap. Just freestyle battle, and then gave everybody the day off.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like mentally, he brought you in and pushed you to be great. Like, if you're not contributing to the team, Meyer he don't mess with you.
Yeah.
All the players that he recruited came from winning programs in high school. He do not recruit people that come from losing programs because you don't know how to win.
Yeah.
And that's what I took the most from Meyer is look at people who used to winning, who understand winning, and put them on your roster.
Yeah.
And he was intense, bro.
Playing football back then, obviously one of the biggest like subjects in college sports now is people think people should get paid and
Hell yeah.
just how much money the shit does make now compared to back then, and even back then they were still making money. But like, how do you feel about that subject? And then let alone like, what can you compare your time back then playing college to like now? Like, what's the differences? Because back then it wasn't even, playing at a what do they call those, mid-major, a small conference?
It's still D1, but it's just a mid-major conference, Bowling Green.
Yeah, the smaller conferences, like it was like those were taboo until like niggas like Boise State and all them started popping up. What comparing it then to now, and then the whole payment shit. Like where you at with college football?
Well, I feel like college players should get paid.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying like it should be NFL contract.
Yeah.
Just like we discussed, you got majors, you got mid-majors, and then you got your lower levels, right?
Yeah.
I feel like every school that's on a major, they should get paid the same amount across the board.
Yeah.
So let's just say if you had a Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, Miami, Hurricanes, Florida State, any on that caliber,
Yeah.
let's just say hypothetically, y'all get $3,500 a month. It should be that all across the board, because you don't want to be able to go to Texas and make $4,200, but over here, Michigan, ain't $3,500. People just gonna pick the school with the most money.
That's fair.
And they bring in a lot of money, so the major conferences should be the same. When you start to get to like the Bowling Greens and shit like that, maybe it should be $2,800. You're not pulling in the same amount of money at LSU, so you can't expect to get paid the same as a LSU player.
Yeah.
But everybody on that level, North Texas, Bowling Green, things of that nature should all get paid the same.
Everybody's eating.
Because, you got to think about it, bro. They like, oh, well, you get an education. But a lot of players come to college and they got kids already.
Yeah.
Then you can't work a job, so how you take care of your babies?
Yeah.
A lot of players come in and come from low income families, so your mom at home struggling. You know what I'm saying? You can't work and you can't accept money for nobody. You need to still take care of your family. Or let's just talk about car insurance, cell phone bills, soap, clothes. If your parents ain't able to do that for you, you out of there.
Yeah.
So you should be getting money like that. And then too, let's say for example, you number 37. Nobody wears fucking 37. But you become a star football player on the campus. And now all of a sudden, the bookstore got 37s everywhere.
Yeah.
And now the head coach wants you to show up to every booster function and every dinner and all that stuff and sign stuff or do whatever and speak. People want to see you because you're the star player. You can't make money off your likeness. I think that's stupid. Why the college make millions?
That's for real.
Should make money, bro. Like, there's no way in the world you should tell a kid that he can't make money because he's an amateur when you pocketing hundreds of millions of dollars. So.
And like, I had a lot, because like, I stopped playing football once I got to college. This was just on some other shit with the music shit. But all my homies played in different levels, from D1 to community college, and from all the ranks. And you know, because you did it at the highest level. But it's like, college football is different than any football that you played prior to. It's like, my niggas just made it seem like yeah, bro, it's fun, it's brotherhood, but nigga, this shit, like, this is a job, and we not even getting paid for this shit. Like, we clockwork, eat shit, sleep, football. Like, was it really like that? Just every day, like, just football?
Oh yeah, your day was scheduled out for you, fam. Like a nap. I couldn't wait. That last semester after I played my last season, before I left and went to Tampa to train with my agent. It was the first time I took a nap during a regular school day. Like, cause I mean, you gotta think about it. Your first classes is from 8 to 11 or 8 to 12. Then you gotta block off at 12:30 to 5 o'clock for football practice.
Yeah.
And then after that, you gotta take the rest of your classes or training table. You either gotta work out, you either gotta lift weights early in the morning at 6 before your first class. So you get in the weight room around 5:30, 6 o'clock, so you can be done with your lift, get breakfast, hit your first class at 8. Or if you don't lift in the morning, that means you got to lift in the evening after practice.
Yeah.
So you lift after practice, then go take a shower, then get to your dinner, then go to your next classes. It's like that all season long. And then you need, so it's, bro, it ain't no downtime. Even in the winter time, you be like, okay, you got that time, you get smoked in winter conditioning. And then once winter conditioning up, you in spring football. Then school is out and you in summer conditioning.
Season starts.
And then camp, then season again. So
yo, that's crazy. How did you make it to even get the opportunity to play for professional? Like, how did you, like, did you know when you was in college, like obviously niggas want to do that, but like, did you know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it to the league, or what did it take to get to that level?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel bad because I never cared. I never loved football.
For real?
Never really cared about it, fam.
So you one of them niggas where it's just like, this shit, like, it was just in me. Like,
it came easy, bro, and I feel bad because, you know, I was never the guy that watched extra film. I was never the guy that did extra drills.
Yeah.
I was never the guy. I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and that was enough. Like, at high school, I just started playing football till 11th grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I quit on the sixth game of the season because the season was too long. I was tired. I wanted to be in the hood, man. Like, I wanted to hang out with my homies, and bro, so I quit. Came back my senior year, played 6 games. I ended up hurting his knee and a high ankle sprain, and still had like 20-something D1 scholarships.
Damn.
Go to college. Urban Meyer sent every coach off of Bowling Green staff to recruit me. I picked Bowling Green over Big Ten.
Yeah.
So I go to Bowling Green. As a true freshman, I'm traveling as a true freshman. So I'm getting reps with the ones and the twos. I'm out there killing seniors. I remember coming out and Urban Meyer and Dan Mullen, head coach at Florida University of Florida right now. He's at Mississippi State with that.
Yeah.
They was jogging across campus. I remember coming out of O's camp, and he was like, "Hey, Mark Craig. I'm like, oh shit, why they running on campus? You know, like Meyer call your name, you hear that name, you be like, Jesus. You run over there, you say, hey, you're good. You're gonna play here. So, you know, as a freshman, I knew I was good, but I'm from Detroit. Shit, bro, I didn't know how to use the internet when I got to college. My redshirt freshman year, academically ineligible. Didn't play. They thought I was gonna flunk out. By this time, Meyer left and went to Utah.
Yeah.
I should have went to Utah with him when he gave me the chance, because right after he told us he was leaving, they hit me up to come to Utah, but that shit was too far.
Yeah.
So my second year in college, academically ineligible. They got me around the right people, bounced back. Mm-hmm. Split time my redshirt sophomore year, come my redshirt junior year, I'm starting.
Yeah.
I'm just balling. I don't realize I'm balling. I'm just doing what I'm used to doing, and it's just going like this shit was easy. And I'm like, it was supposed to be this easy because we playing Wisconsin.
Big niggas.
And I'm getting loose, and I'm like, damn, these niggas just falling over like bottle, like empty bottles. This shit was weird to me.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, at the end of the season, I made All MAC. I come into my senior year, like preseason, like top offensive guard in the nation, like top 5.
Yeah.
So okay, I mean, really still not thinking about NFL. And then you get into football camp right before the first game. Now you're seeing all these NFL teams there for you.
That's crazy.
That's real. So they, you know, talking, interviewing my coaches, this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this is dope. Yeah. Next thing you know, you got agents stalking you everywhere. I mean, they paying teammates to get my phone number in the airport.
So it's really like a movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
like,
almost like getting recruited for high school into college all over again.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, bro, what happened? So like all these agents hitting me up. Mind you, I told you my second oldest brother played in the NFL for a little bit. So I had him and my older brother. I was like, look, y'all talk to all the agents. Y'all narrow it down to the top 3 at the end of the season. That's who we're gonna sit down with.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We sit down. I sat down with a couple of people. I ended up deciding to go with Richard Katz out of Cincinnati. Richard was like, hey, we got this amazing facility down in Tampa. You know, that's where we're gonna have you go. You know what I'm saying? Work out at.
Yeah.
I played in a college all-star game. I did okay in that. Mm-hmm. We down in Tampa. It's me, Brent Selleck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of us down there. We working out, getting our ass whooped. 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Getting ready, you know, so cause I didn't get invited to the combine, so I was getting ready for my pro day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how like it came on, like, you know, San Francisco 49ers was calling me, Pittsburgh was calling me, Chicago was calling me. I knew certain teams wasn't gonna call me, like the Denver Broncos. Yeah. They like smaller linemen. They like offensive linemen that was like 300 pounds to 305. I played at 350.
Oh, okay, so you're big as shit.
So I was big. So you know what I'm saying? It was like I was way bigger than I am now. You know what I'm saying? So I knew teams like Pittsburgh, Chicago, New Orleans, the Redskins, San Francisco. They like my size lineman. Yeah. And shit, man. I did trash at my pro day.
Really?
My knee jumped. So I broke my thumb in the All-Star game. So my 225 bench press, I did like 31 times, but they only counted 27. So I didn't fully extend. I ran a slow ass 40. Buffalo Bills was like, look, if you run a 5-1, we'll draft you 3rd round.
Damn.
Mind you, anytime I ran a 40, it's been like a 5-1, 5-2. Mm-hmm. But in Tampa, we was training our 40 on a fast surface, so we on a track.
Yeah.
My pro day at Bowling Green is on that old school AstroTurf that's real slow and real soft.
Yeah.
So my traction and my form on that soft turf, man, I ran like a 5.4. Then I turned around and ran a 5.5. My short shuttle, all this shit was cool. But they was like, hell no, that was that 5.4, 5.5. But San Francisco was still into me. Shit, draft day come. San Francisco like, hey, we looking probably like 6th or 7th round. I'm like, cool, 6th or 7th round come, it go off. The draft goes off. Now it's free agent. So now every team around the NFL calling like, hey, we want you to come in as a priority free agent. Get my agent up like, where to go? He was like, go to Redskins.
Yeah.
Going out there, fuck that off.
When you didn't get drafted though, like
I got picked up free agent. You know, go ahead, my bad.
When that didn't happen, like, cause you, like you said, you was like, you know, this all this shit was easy to me. How much Cause you know some niggas that shit hurt. Like you be seeing like niggas that don't get drafted. Then you see people that don't make it to the Hall of Fame. That should be like eating their soul. But then some people turn that shit into like their whole reason why they driven. How did that initial feeling go? Cause like I don't know how. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably be salty and I'll probably be crying and shit. But that's me.
Yeah, I feel you.
You just knew you was still gonna get in there.
I didn't really think nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things. If it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. I didn't really care about football. Like I felt like you practiced too much and played not enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I didn't get drafted, the draft went all cool. My phone just started blowing up with a whole bunch of teams like, come here, come here.
First team you signed with?
Redskins. So I went out there.
Okay.
I went out there for camp. Shit, man, did all right. Didn't make the team. As soon as I landed, one of my close cousins got murdered out in Vegas.
Damn.
So my mind had checked out. And then after the Redskins, my agent was like, go to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a good place for you.
Yeah.
So I get down to New Orleans. I'm called. Like I thought I was gonna make. I was like the Saints. I'm gonna be there because the good thing about New Orleans, they ran the spread just like Bowling Green. The terminology was the same as Bowling Green.
Already there?
Breeze was there. This was Reggie Bush's second year.
Yeah, Reggie, man. That's
yeah.
hard.
So you know what I'm saying. So I get there, and you know all my life I've been Big D.
Yeah.
But it was like when you get into the NFL, that was the first time in my life I was just Derek.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. You see a dude 6'7", 320. 3% body fat, you know what I'm saying, just yoked up and ran like cats.
Yeah.
Like dude just moving. And I was like, oh shit, this might not
Yeah.
this might not be it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we get in there cool. I get out there, mind you, coming from up north, being in New Orleans, it's hot. It's humid as shit. It's like 9 in the morning, bro, and it felt like somebody had just wet blankets over my face mask.
Yeah.
And we get out there, we do walkthrough. And walkthrough's supposed to be a walkthrough. Shit, man, Coach Payton got that shit where it's pretty much like, nigga, it's supposed to be a walkthrough, but we both trying to make this team. So if you go fast, then I gotta go faster than you.
Yeah.
And now we going fast, and next thing you know, a walkthrough turns out into a full-fledged team, period.
Yeah.
Before practice even started. So you talking about like 30, 40 plays in a row.
Niggas going hard.
I'm out there dying, but I was like, I'm not gonna put my hand on my hip. They just gonna see me just collapse out of nowhere, but I'm not about to let nobody see that I'm tired.
Yeah.
So we get out there, and I'm out there balling. Like I get called out in one-on-ones. You know, we doing pass pro against the defense, and I'm beasting. I didn't lose no pass pro against vets, everybody.
Yeah.
Then you know, people calling me out. Like I want to get in there with big fellas. And it was like, you know, I don't remember the D-line coach was like, you don't want it with Marcray. He tearing y'all ass up.
Yeah.
Offensive line coach looked at me, bro. I probably went on pass pro one-on-one like 15 times in a row.
Yeah.
Non-stop. Didn't lose. I said, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. They calling me out on, you know what I'm saying, on all the teams. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm here. And hell no, they let my ass go home, man. It's like I was in a bad situation because Adam Broussard, all-pro, said he came in that class, Andy Altman, first round, second round draft offensive line. They already had a solid offensive line. So I'm at practice wishing one of these niggas tear ACL right now. That's a badass feeling that you looking at a man like hope you break your shit.
Yeah.
You like fall on this nigga, you know, so you get a chance, bro. I seen the nigga cut in the shower, butt naked.
Damn.
Sent his ass home. Coach Payton brought everybody up. It's like one thing this organization will not tolerate is fat, out of shape players. We had one fat player, he going home. I see dude walk in the shower. I was like, damn, bro. He was like, yeah, man, you know, I ain't eat breakfast. I was dehydrated, all this shit. But I'm going to be out there second practice. I was like, all right, shit. As soon as he went in there and hit that water, he suzzing up. Dude, player personnel went in there with his ticket. Like, hey.
Damn. So this shit really like Hard Knocks in real life.
It's
like,
for real, bro.
So what would you say, like, to this day, regardless of the music shit or, like, just life, what's the biggest shit you took away from like the playing, even, you know, touching the professional level of sports? Like, I know you just had to soak something in about that where it's like, I peeped that shit.
Bro, at the end of the day, don't waste your time on something you're not passionate about. At the end of the day, don't do something because it's convenient. Like, do something, jump into it because you're passionate. I see a lot of people want to be rappers because they see what other people got. Fam, you're not passionate about it.
Man.
You may have a little bit of success, but you're not going to achieve. I wasn't going to stick in the NFL because I wasn't the guy that did the extra shit that you need to do to be there.
Yeah.
If you're not passionate about music, you're not going to get to that next level because this ain't your passion. You just trying to copycat. If you same way with the blogging or the interviewing. If you just jumping in because you're like, oh, he can do it, I can do it, and you're not passionate, it's not going to work. And so that's what I took from the NFL, bro. You got to do what you're passionate about.
And you hopped into this shit, so like, you tell me, like, you can go back on to like the history of y'all, but I feel like you really got on the map from like just Say Cheese interviews with Sean Cotton, and y'all niggas seem like y'all tapped in. But like, how did Mogul Media, the whole platform, begin? Like, I know you originally was into music, but how did you like say like, all right, fuck it, we gonna really do this whole platform shit, and then you come up with this whole setup, like where it is like a real professional, intimate like type of conversation.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Sean Cotton one was the one where it's like, damn, who's this Big D Mogul Media dude? Like,
Gotcha.
you know?
Shit, bro. I had a podcast called Mogul Moves On, which I plan on start back up.
Yeah.
And the whole Mogul Media brand, man, is I want to highlight moguls from all respects of life. And shout out to Sean, bro. He always, when I first started my podcast, he was the first person I had on my podcast.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
And so, I'm saying, that's on Spotify, so y'all can go check that out too.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was deciding to walk away from the studio space, I wanted to really jump into, like, instead of me being on the camera, I really wanted to, like, hear people's stories.
Yeah.
People that are moguls within their field. Because, on camera, podcasts is debates and discussion back and forth. But I wanted a chance to create something where I can just really key in on that person's story. And so I was like, yo, I want to hop in the interview space. I talked to Sean. I was like, first, bro, I want to make sure you don't feel like just stepping on your toes. He was like, no, there's a room for everybody.
Yeah.
He was like, but if you jump in this interview space, the biggest game Sean told me was, don't go for everybody big. He said, the reason why you want to do that, he's like, because there's only so many that's very big. And once you did everybody that's big, who do you have left?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, just try to find those ones that's kind of hitting a bubble and coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's really how I jumped out there, bro. It's like Sean just gave me the game. He was the first person on it, and I wanted to do something a little different. I looked at everybody else's platform. I know Real Life Street Stars had the lights behind them.
Yeah.
I know Sean kind of the standard with just off camera, but I was like, other than Real Life Street Stars, I didn't really see nobody like with the lapel mic, the flag kind of feel, and I was like, okay, that's the lane I'm gonna try to attack with it.
Nah, that's one of the sticks with your shit is like, yeah, people know like the setting is gonna be like, it's gonna just look like, damn, I made it type shit.
Yeah.
But fucking like, I just thought about it when I tell you I met Bang Gang Lonnie. That was at your studio.
Yeah, that was at my studio.
I just looked at the logo, I was like, wait, that was at his studio. So, the studio shit, you niggas go back with Sean in real life. Like, from the jump of from them niggas starting their shit, and you getting into it with, like, what's that? Like, I feel like people gotta hear that type of shit where it's like, man, bro, I was there in the mud with niggas, and these niggas still they seen this whole vision. And because now today, people are who they are, but people don't. Some people think it sounds cliche and corny and type shit. Like, I always knew it was gonna be like this. People think people's full of shit, but it's like, nah. Some people really like think this shit and believe this shit and make it happen.
You know what? I never thought about the interview space, but I'll tell you, going back, or let me go forward. I could say, like, if things keep on going on the trajectory that it is now, say Cheese continue to elevate the way it is, Real Life continue to elevate the way it is, me, Bud, JT, if all of us continue to elevate that Sunbelt letterpress building that was over there off of Royal Lane in 35, bro, that can be possibly come like the Hitsville of Dallas, because studio room 105 and 106 was me and Say Cheese.
Yeah.
Room 107 right next door was Jeff and them from Real Life Street Stars.
Yeah.
And then if you walked and turned around the corner, Bud and JT was right there, eardrums. So, you know what I'm saying, everybody came through there. You know, you saw, that's when Yella Beezy and Trap Boy and Mo 3, all of them can be in the same building. You saw everybody walk through that building.
Everybody's in the mud.
And now you seeing goddamn JT and Bud got platinum plaques and gold plaques for engineering, mixing, Yella Beezy and all of them doing that shit over there.
Yeah.
Real life street stars is going stupid. Let's not even talk about Say Cheese. It's like all of us was literally in one building.
That's
together,
crazy.
bro. And I feel like, man, if I ever like hit some stupid money, I would just go and buy that building and just re-gut it and just kind of like this is where history was made.
Yeah. You just brought us on the eardrums place. That's where I did my first Yella Beezy interview.
Awesome.
I remember eardrummers in the background. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Yeah, bro. Like, I feel like my whole thing with the blog shit is everybody gotta like separate themselves. Like, I just think it's dry when everybody's doing the same shit, putting out the same shit, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna interview the same people, do this, but everybody's shit gotta be different. You already explained like, yeah, I'm trying to capture stories. I want this shit to have this type of setup, but like, do you feel like niggas even put you in the same category, like with just like the whole just typical rap blog and rap platform stuff, or do you feel like it's not boxed into just being rap and hip hop music?
I could say it's predominantly hip hop, but I mean, shit, I done stepped outside the box. Like I interviewed Judge Clay Jenkins over in Dallas County when the whole COVID-19 shut down.
You did,
first happened. Yeah, I sat down with him and we
That's
kicked
big.
it. You know what I'm saying? So again, I tried in my premise is try to be moguls within their respective fields. But I'm a hip hop head, man. I love music. I know a lot of black people trying to make it in the entertainment world, so I definitely try to tap in. So predominantly music, yeah, but only music, no.
What do you think about being from Detroit and you see how it turned up that scene? I feel like Detroit's finally getting like to that mainstream point where like the whole world's finding out about all this shit that's niggas been doing the same like this shit for a minute. I feel like Texas is sort of the same way, but we recently got that type of exposure in recent years. Can you compare the scenes and see any similarities, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what even makes you like hold back from just, you could be up in Detroit doing all this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, first of all, Texas got the money.
Yeah.
So you talking about, you know, Detroit, you know, the home of players and hustlers.
Yeah.
Like you can come down here and get the bag. Detroit, it ain't really no money to be made like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a consumer type of market. So that's what I love about Texas. As far as the music scene, I think Detroit understood its identity from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like the cadence, the beat, the up-tempo beat. Like if you went to the club, like you said, you went to the strip club, but even if they play like the top 40 on Billboard, it's sped up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the tempo is real fast, and because we used to speed up the beats from the top 40, that's why you got the cadence to the beats you have now that's all the way sped up.
Yeah.
Detroit always listened to it sped up. We always accepted that sound, that whole, like I said, that bass line, that boom, 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 or them keys, that's always, since middle school for me, that's always been an element of Detroit sound. It's just that once Helliva and RJ and all of them, they just took the production up a step, and once that production stepped up a step, now that's when you start to hear Detroit kind of boom.
Yeah.
It just needed that next step in that production, and Helliva and them, they killed that shit. So I think the only thing that's holding Dallas or DFW back is, and which I feel like they're coming into now, is identifying their own. For so long, I agree. This is probably the only place I've been where I've seen people literally come in and take the sound and run off with it and capitalize on it. But that's because Dallas, this area never accepted its sound until now, and I think it's starting to build on that identity.
Yeah. How do you so like the game right now, like we was talking about in the interview, I was like, yo, bro, it's saturated. I be saying that shit all the time. That's just how I feel. But you know what I'm saying? Like the easy way out is to do just the typical, you know, controversy sells or just whatever the pop move for the moment is for the day. You know, just to be on the timelines and everything. Like, where does that? Do you think about that shit? Because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, your clips get posted a lot. Like your clips pop up on my page if I'm on Instagram, you know, often, and it's like is you might not intentionally be trying to, capture that headline, but like it just comes across, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much thought do you put into that type of stuff, like those type of interviews and content where it's like, it's some controversy to it?
Not that much thought. I mean, if it's something going on, I mean, I'm not going to shy away from asking it.
Yeah.
My approach to it isn't an approach to it to instigate. It just, let me get your insight. Because if you hear a lot of my interviews, I'm not very opinionated on it for the most part. Mm-hmm. Unless it's something like just debatable as far as just pop culture. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, when a person's telling a story, I don't try to put my opinion on it. I just let that person talk. I just present the question and let them talk.
Yeah.
What you were saying about the saturation part, I don't know if I really feel like the game is saturated. I feel like it's a lot of room for everybody, and I like the fact that everybody is jumping out doing the interview. Mm-hmm. Because what that can do is turn Texas or the DFW or Texas in general into a media hub where people feel like they gotta, when it's time to do that media run, when it's time to come, you gotta come through here to now get your brand out to the masses. So I'm all for it. The only thing I don't like about oversaturation is if you're not passionate about it. Yeah. But it won't last long if you're not passionate about it. Like if you jumping in this solely for like a money grab, if you jumping into it solely just trying to get some clout, you may get some success, but eventually once you realize people standing you up, you got to sit down and now all these interviews you got to edit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that come to it that some people be like, you know what, it was more than I thought it was, like Shark Tank, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So, but oversaturated, I think it's enough room for everybody.
Yeah. So what's the overall like mission with Mogul Media? Like, because you've had the studio, you know what I'm saying, you've had the podcast, you're doing the interview, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the overall vision with the brand?
Kind of like what you said when we was talking off camera is like my whole vision for Mogul Media is I look at my YouTube as like a network.
Yeah.
Like, right now I'm working with the only fan reviews with Tinker.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're gonna do. So like we've been sitting down, we already been looking at like I ain't gonna say the names of who we already look on. We want to show that in the interview, but I put out there like one like Black China, bought her joint, and it's a complete breakdown, like video to picture ratio. Are you getting just a recycle of what's already on her Instagram? Yeah. Is it worth the money that you spend? It's like an in-depth breakdown of these, these OnlyFans.
Unique content.
And then on top of that, we're gonna have interviews. Mm-hmm. So like you have your favorite artists on here, but now she talking about their sexual endeavors. They get to the freaky shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like on my channel, and that joint gonna be on my channel, but it's also gonna be on Pornhub. So we doing it that way. But that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to have, like, when you come to Mogul Media, the platform, that you see variation of shows. It's not a bunch of me. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of finding other black content creators and helping them, build a space. So that's really what my vision is.
Because you said something earlier, you was talking about, like, when you was in college or something, like, you was like, yeah, bro, I grew up, I really, know about, like, internet and shit, like, all that type of shit like that. To where life is now and how, like, niggas is really getting money off the shit and able to make a living, and just pretty much life is just like, if you don't run through technology, like, you gonna hit a wall. Like, shit, what are the positives of like social media platforms, streaming, all the things that you utilize? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you sell that to somebody that's like not thinking like that? Because some people still look at this shit like some nerd ass shit or some like what you doing type, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't see the bigger picture of where this shit's going. Like,
I think the biggest benefit of social media is just connecting directly to your consumer. Mm-hmm. You don't really have to go through no distributor. It's you directly connecting to them and them directly connecting back. Whether they like you or not, they can tag you directly. You can converse with them directly. That's what I like about social media. The only thing I hate about social media is everybody has an opinion. Everybody can voice their opinion, and some people shouldn't be able to talk.
Yeah.
But I can't say that. Everybody should have the freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But you like, my nigga, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't hold weight.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. That's the blessing and curse of social media. Everybody got a voice, but then everybody got a voice.
Did you make that list or not make it like yourself? But I'm saying, did you make it on that top 10 list?
No, hell no, I ain't even touched it. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm there yet. I feel like with this, I still got a lot to prove, bro. Like, I'm not, but again, I'm not held from a list. Like, I'm like you. Like, if somebody recognized me, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
But that's not what I jumped in the game for. My passion to get into this wasn't to be recognized as a top or number one. Like, if that's what people's goal is, that's cool. But number one is subjective. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to it, like, people got their own metrics of what number one is. To me, my thing is, am I highlighting people who are doing amazing in their respective field? Am I able to tell their story? So when that person go on to glory, I can give you a chronological order of how things happen in their life and how they got to where they want to get to. And that's all I'm about.
I ain't gonna lie, I've had to catch myself a couple times within the past year and a half, because like that's when everything really took to a new level for me. And it's like a lot of people think that the blog game and the platform shit is like a ass kissing contest where it's like you kind of gotta like, you know what I'm saying, be like on some brown nose shit and get buddy with somebody to be on this shit. How do you feel like how like that shit works? Is it fair across the board? Like, yo, bro, just put in that work and you'll get, you know what I'm saying, you'll get noticed? Or do you feel like niggas gotta pay to play, let alone just, you know what I'm saying, ride out for the brand, to be a part of the brand? Like, you know what I'm saying, people do anything to be a part of some certain shits.
I think it's a combination of everything, man. At the end of the day, but it's all politics. If you just watch how the White House work, White House or politics work, politics, you get close to somebody by who you know. You get close to somebody by how much money you got. Hey man, you doing this, I can donate this amount of money to your fund, in return this is what I want.
Yeah.
And then that also builds a relationship. So bro, it's at the end of the day, you can be talented.
Yeah.
But I done seen the least talented people get way further than the most talented people by who they know and the relationships they make. So when people say brown nosing, I'm like, my nigga, that's not brown nosing. It's just politic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Politic and making the right connection, building the right alliances. Like, America is the strongest country in the world.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because of the weapons. It's just that we got what the G7 clause, that if you go to war with us, you also go to war with Israel. You also go to war with England. You also go to war with Australia. You also go to war with Canada. It's understanding your alliances. Your alliance is what makes you strong. And I think people need to politic and build an alliance.
So you say that, I'm gonna hit you with this. DFW, as much as I feel like it's at its biggest right now, it's also like, shit, maybe not just DFW, it could be a Texas thing because of the way everything's going on now, but like unity. I feel like unity is key, but at the same time, this whole scene damn near feels like it's built off of separation, beef, all this type of shit. Do you think that all this beef shit that's going on within the rap scene in DFW is elevating it, or do you think it's kind of like holding it back from being what it could be? Personally, what do you think?
Both. First of all, we know hip hop in itself is a competitive genre. It's always been a sparring of words. Like, that's beef. You know what I'm saying? It's always been kind of engraved in hip hop. That's just what it is, right? Like we said earlier, bro, people like negative shit. So when you see the kind of beef, it does put a spotlight. And if it's talent there, that can blow. I mean, you look at drill music in Chicago.
Yeah.
You see the type of artist birthed out of all that chaos. It did birth some good things. You look at Detroit. Them niggas is murder, kill, shoot your mama and your baby up. But out of that, you know what I'm saying, birth some good things.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's a difference though when you talk about unity and uniformity. And me and Big Ant argue about this all the time. Unity is just saying that we all understand the common goal. And the common goal, we all unify that we want to make our better situation for ourselves. We want to be financially free. We want to make it to the top. We all unified on that thought. Now, but we're not uniform. Uniform meaning that everybody got to dress the same. Everybody got to do things the same exact way. If you're expecting uniformity, it's not going to happen. Everybody's path to the top is not the same exact path, and it's not going to be the same vision. So when people walking around, they saying unity, they thinking uniformity. Like, oh, bro, we all got to be kumbaya. We all got to support each other. No, the fuck you don't. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, your best support sometimes is just to stay out each other's way.
Yeah.
Your best support sometimes is we don't have to talk to each other. Because if we talk to each other, then it's people that love you and it's people that love them. And if y'all collide, you got a bunch of people willing to go because they love each other. So the best way to support sometimes is to stay out each other's way.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more people doing their thing. The beef, it's not a lot of people beefing. You see beef because that just rises to the top. But most people are really behind the scenes, really trying to make it on some regular stuff. It just, beef is entertaining.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, you kick game, the unity and uniformity shit, I never thought about it like that. Like, 'cause I'm big on the unity shit, but you just really broke it down. Like, sometimes I might be thinking I might be getting it mixed up with uniformity. So that was some real shit. I mean, you just dropped you dropped the gatekeepers list, right?
Yeah.
Do you drop lists all the time? Or is that
I think I did 3. Yeah, the gatekeeper list for Dallas, the engineer list, and then the gatekeeper list for Detroit.
Man, when you do lists like that, see, I haven't did any while I got like status for real. Like I did at the beginning when I wasn't on shit. But when you do it now, it's like it's gonna pick up and everybody gonna get their opinions and niggas gonna get their IG lives and stories on and shit. When you make the list, like, are you prepared for whatever's gonna, like all the opinions that's gonna come back with it, or are you thinking like I'm just throwing my opinion out there, don't worry about little old me type shit?
No, I guess I got to be prepared for it because. All right, so let me first think about my list. Like, what am I trying to achieve out of the list? Mm-hmm. My goal with Mogul Media, or Mogul State of Mind, or whatever, is to highlight people behind the scenes. Yeah. People are doing their thing. So, like, the managers or the A&Rs or the street team people, the people that's behind the scenes that get no glory, the gatekeeper list came out to really highlight those who don't get the glory. These are like the offensive linemen. You don't see no offensive linemen get highlighted in a game unless they messing up and they get up the sack. Otherwise, the most important asset on the board don't get no glory. Yeah. The managers and all the people behind the scenes get no glory. It goes to the artists. But these people are really moving behind the scenes. So I wanted the gatekeeper list, I wanted to highlight those people. Mm-hmm. Now, some people will be like, well, if you're trying to highlight those people and not create division, why do you number them? Well, come on, fam. This is entertainment. Yeah. I am trying to get my brand out. So I am going to absolutely put numbers by these people to create a dialogue. Yeah. So you may not agree with my personal preference, cool. Mm-hmm. If you don't agree with my top 10 on the gatekeeper list, then in the comments, tag what gatekeepers I missed. Mm-hmm. So now what that does is it educate everybody else who else is out there behind the scenes working. Because I'm not going to know everybody. Yeah. And that's why I did the gatekeeper list. That's why I did the audio engineering list. Mm-hmm. The artists sound hot, but shit, bro, it's the engineers on there EQing that shit and the auto tuning and shit and putting effects on it to make them sound a lot better. So that's why I did it. And that's how I kind of approach a list. But yeah, I catch bad last. Detroit was on my ass. Yeah. The last 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying?
From what I seen on it, especially learning about Detroit more this year, I'm like, all the niggas you named is all the niggas that like people told me about. Like shit, you had my nigga Zip on there, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot of people on. You had bro, I was supposed to have him with Lando from Hip Hop Lab. I thought it was cool, but I'm not from Detroit, so I guess
people was like, Trick I had on number 15. People like, well, how Trick ain't up here? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, but these are people that's making noise right, you know what I'm saying, right now. Yeah. Definition DJs was on my ass because 12, she should have been on there, which she should have. And I sent the list over and forgot to add her name on there, but the people was on my ass, bro. I was getting between them and K Breezy and all that shit that was going on over there. Yeah. I woke up that next morning lit, my notifications going off. I'm like, the hell was going on?
Wait, the pop that?
Yeah.
K Breezy her?
But she was more so going at Sean, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
you did an interview with her?
No, I did an interview with Sean and I was just talking about that.
What did he talk about her?
No, we were just talking about at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, my whole job with Sean is to keep him honest, fam. Are you helping enough? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people in this city that's saying, like, fam, you're not reaching
You're not
back. Like,
tapping
what's
in
going
enough.
on? You're not tapping in. Like when I seen Peanut Butter and them up here for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and he came to me like, "Yo, why Sean don't be posting my shit?" Like, shit, I don't know. So guess what I do? Sean on camera.
Yeah.
Why you ain't posting the shit? Like you said, like bro, when fucking with Go Yayo, me and him fell out. Peanut Butter was under Go Yayo, and it was like if I wasn't trying to help Go Yayo, that mean unfortunately Peanut Butter wasn't getting help because he's under Go. That's helping Go Yayo by helping him.
Yeah.
That was his whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I saw Breezy do an interview with Split, and she kind of brought up the same thing. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm sending music, however she said it. And shit, he not doing his job. Fam, what's up? Like, why you not doing your job? And I just woke up the next day and they was on our ass. So between that and Detroit. So
good ain't good enough, and I learned, man, you can't please everybody. Like you literally can't make everybody happy. So it's like, shit, niggas is one man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't cover everybody. So someone's always gonna be mad.
yeah, that's true.
But fucking shit, I'm gonna hit you with some rappers, bro. This is the first time, not the last time. So like some of these questions are gonna be like some random. Jesus said I'll be into my shit, so you can't answer or don't want to answer. You don't have to. But some of these finished sentences, some random questions. All right, man. Growing up when there was no food at home, I was eating. Finish the sentence.
I don't know. I was growing up and when no food at home, I was eating. Yeah, I don't know that shit.
Nigga don't know. Okay. Nick, say what you want about me, but don't say it. Finish the sentence.
Shit, I don't know where. What is it? Y'all know it?
Don't say no Mogul.
That's the typical Texas answer. All right. Niggas don't really know. Finish the sentence.
These are songs?
No, these
Oh,
are.
nah,
these
these
are-
Oh, okay, no, let's start the segment over, nigga. I'm thinking like I'm filling in a blank from a lyric of the song. I'm like, the fuck?
Nah, you good.
Rap songs and this shit.
You good.
I was like, wait, okay, let's start off. I got you now.
Blooper. But shit. Say what you want about me, but don't say. Finish the sentence.
Say what you want about me, but don't say I'm fake because I don't care if we friends or not. I'm gonna let your ass have it the best way I know how.
Nah, for real. Niggas don't really know. Finish the sentence.
Niggas don't really know. I know people.
Yeah. No, for real. Alright, the good thing about timeless music, you never forget where you were the first time you hear something. What song that if you listen to it right now, it takes you back to that first time you heard it?
Shit, Eminem, I Am. When I first heard that cadence, I sit back with this pack of zigzags and this bag and this weed. That shit, like, I never heard nobody rap like
The
that.
shit where he's falling off the building.
Yeah. That shit, I was in the back of a pickup truck.
Classic.
And that shit came on. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Nah,
that and DMX, Stop Being Greedy.
Marshall Mathers LP shit, man. Alright, if you could have a lifetime supply, endless endorsement of anything, like what would it be?
Viagra.
That's a first. That is wild. Okay. I mean, you used to be in the music, man, so I'm gonna just hit you with, the Sperry special, man. If there was any song that you could be on the original version of, this song featuring Big D, what would it be?
Lil Jon, Be a Bia.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it's a hard ass beat. That's a hard ass beat though. Okay, shit, I'm gonna hit you with my last one for finished sentences, man. Big D is, Big D was, finish the sentence.
Shoot, Big D is, I'm a man. Big D was, no, I'm gonna take that back. Big D is, I'm a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Big D was a boss.
Real.
And I kind of elaborate on that. At first, I was so caught up with being a boss, and being a boss is when you solely only think about yourself and what you do and what people do for you. But when you become a leader, it's not about what people do for you, but what can I do for them. You know what I'm saying? So my mind said, I don't care about being a boss. How can I be a leader? How can I get in the mix, and how can we get this done together?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You done sprinkled a couple things to change my perspective of this shit. I ain't gonna lie, I never thought about that like that. Last one, man. Big D showed the world. Finish the sentence.
Big D showed the world. Man, out of love.
Yeah. If niggas watch this whole interview and the first thing they search up, what should they search up? Like, I mean, it could just be your page, or if you got a certain interview or something that you want to check out, what would you want people to check out?
Hey, Terry hate the audio on it, but y'all gotta go watch the Queen D interview where she talk about how studs know their girls got WAP. that shit blew my mind. So
Queen D.
She talk about how if studs tell their girls if they got wet ass pussy, like how do you know?
Niggas can learn something. I'm gonna check that one out because I don't know if I caught that one, so I'm gonna check that one out. Then anywhere you want niggas to follow you, you got any shout outs? I mean, and shit, is there any way I can get a shout out to Sperry Springer at any point, man?
And follow the page Mogul State of Mind. Mogul Media on YouTube at _ Big D the Mogul on Instagram and _ Mogul State of Mind. But most importantly, man, I just want to leave y'all and challenge everybody. Hey, man, love somebody, forgive somebody, and at the end of the day, man, give somebody the space and the grace to grow. Shit, we all make mistakes. We all make decisions on emotion sometime, and but let a person grow from that.
That's it. Can I get a shout out to Sperry Springer one time, man?
Hey, man, shout out to my boy Sperry Springer. It's your boy Big D the Mogul, aka Suge Diddy, aka Illuminati Jack, aka Big Thanos, aka Dry Rub Shawty. Why? Because I'm good before the sauce. I don't need no drip. You dig?